When I Grow Up by Jon Hales. I'd like to tell a story, one that happened just last week, after a cheese and pickle sandwich and a game of hide and seek. I sat down in the one class that I've really grown to love, with the weird and wonderful one and only Mr. Dove. Now, Mr. Dove is not like other teachers you might know. He's fond of making up strange words like snarp and flubberlow. When he wants you to be quiet, he'll shout pish or zap or pow, with his chin stuck out before him and a wrinkle in his brow. The biggest reason he's my favourite teacher of all time is he pushes me to do the things I love, like write in rhyme. So settle back, imagine you are sat here in this room, deep in concentration when you hear a loud voice boom. Right, lazies and jellymen, I have a task for you. When you are all grown up like me, what would you like to do? Just take your time and think of all the things that you could be. Then choose your favourite, write one page and hand it in to me. I looked around as one by one the class began to write, and all their dreams like jelly beans poured out in black and white. I want to be a firefighter, Tommy's paper said, so I can wear a helmet, plus my favourite colour's red. I want to be a businesswoman, Alexandra wrote. Then I can earn £10 million and buy a shiny boat. I sighed, looked out the window, and then caught Samantha's eye. Baker, she said, and turned her head to dream of apple pie. I thought of all my options from the classes that we'd done. Some of them seemed interesting, some even looked like fun. But what if there was something more not found within a book? I closed my eyes as tightly as I could and took a look. Alien hunter, that's a job I reckon I could ace. Rounding up the aliens committing crimes in space. I'd be known across the galaxy from Jupiter to Mars as the girl who put the 55 most wanted behind bars. Or master ice cream taster. That could be pretty sweet. I'd create amazing flavours that I'd be the first to eat. Like cookie, cupcake, caramel, cheesecake, chocolate chip supreme with deep fried fudge and popcorn chunks and swirls of clotted cream. How about deep sea explorer, swimming down into the black, taking pictures of weird creatures, maybe bring a couple back. Going further down than anybody's ever been before, then going a bit further till I bump into the floor. If I really set my mind to it, I'm sure I could become president of the whole universe. Now that job would be fun. I'd make sure all the leaders of each planet were aware that I take away their best toys if they didn't learn to share. I opened up my eyes and saw that class was almost done. I had to narrow down from all these jobs and choose just one. I started to get nervous and my face began to sweat. I'm not prepared to choose just one thing I want to be yet. Suddenly, I noticed a tall figure by my chair, squinting at my page and frowning, seeing nothing there. I opened up my mouth and tried my hardest to explain, but too many thoughts were fighting for attention in my brain. The frown on Mr. Dove's face disappeared into a smile. I think I see the snag, he said, eyes twinkling all the while. You're finding it too difficult to choose, is that the thing? I nodded. He looked thoughtful as he twirled his wedding ring. I have a little secret that I'm going to share with you. Sometimes I find it difficult to choose what to be too. You see, I love to teach, but also paint and write and cook. One time I built a rocking chair I learned how from a book. There are many things I want to do, perhaps when I retire. I'll start acting in the theatre or singing in a choir. If you're struggling to juggle all the muddle in your head, why not pick the 2 or 3 or 4 best things instead? In a month, we're going to do this exercise again, and you may find the things you choose are very different then. Since class is almost over, you are going to need more time. Please bring it in tomorrow and try writing it in rhyme. He smiled, turned, and walked away whistling a tune. I thought about the things he said all through the afternoon. That evening in my bedroom, I sat down and wrote a poem. I called it When I Grow Up, and I couldn't wait to show him. I walked into the class next day, my poem in my hands, and placed it on his desk, dodging the flying rubber bands. When Mr. Dove walked in, he shouted, "Weasels, clean that mess!" Then smiled as he saw my piece of paper on his desk. It wasn't till the next day that our work was handed back. Excitedly, I read the notes in red pen, never black. What an excellent imagination, Annie. Good for you. I think I would quite like to be an alien hunter too. And so, lazies and jellymen, as Mr. Dove would say, why don't you think about what you would like to be today? Maybe you know exactly what that is. Then good for you. Maybe you're more like me, and if so, that's okay too. Just take your time and write it down, as crazy as it seems, because there's nothing crazy about following your dreams. There's so much awesome stuff to do, you'll find your perfect match. But me, I have to go now. I have aliens to catch. When I Grow Up by Annie Chen. When I grow up, I want to be so many things, too many to see. Like alien hunter, that would be cool, chasing aliens after school. Or ice cream taster, that sounds yummy, lots of ice cream for my tummy. Deep sea explorer, that would be great, diving and diving till it gets late. Or universe president, how cool is that? You'll have to watch out if you are a brat. So many things that I could do when I grow up, so how about you? So how about you? Have a go at writing your very own When I Grow Up story or poem. The end.